Hello, everybody. Me, Mutahar. Today we're starting episode number 3 of the podcast. I promised you would get one every 2 fucking weeks, and you did. You're getting one now, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks you'll get one, ladies and gentlemen. But that being said, I've got a couple of my friends over here, same as always. Say hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Sometimes you guys make me want to stop. Anyways, that's fine though. It's okay. I have ways to get my anger out in other fashions. But ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is very special because it is in fact the focal topic of today, and it is lolcows. The YouTube audience, not the YouTube audience, but the YouTubers we watch in general, and just how on the side of, I'm trying really hard not to say certain things, but on the side...
All right, Kyle, step up.
On the side you don't want to be on. So, how many of you guys here are fluent in Chris Chan? Just a starter. Show of hands. Who here is really fluent?
I pray to him.
You can't see my hand.
I pray to him every morning and every night.
Okay. Jordan, do you know a lot about Chris Chan?
Only what you guys have shown me. I remember a time in our relationship where we watched some of it.
Be very careful with what you tell
Big
everyone.
Planet stuff.
Oh,
wow.
The tutorial.
As for other people, I think you well, yeah, that's as much as I know. Too much, other than memes.
Okay, so Jordan's a fresh little boy in the audience of AIDS.
Oh no!
Dude,
So
you know that.
No, I didn't actually. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow.
I was going to say earlier, when it comes
All
to
right.
DSP, I know about him masturbating.
Oh.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god. All right. Okay, let's keep it a little G-rated. So today actually so basically I have this ritual thing that I do. A lot of people sort of do their own rituals. You know a lot about rituals, guys, right? You know that thing we do every morning?
Yeah.
So for some people it's, fucking reading.
For some people it's GMM. Some people it's other things.
For some people it's, reading their BuzzFeed garbage in the morning, and for some people it can be as simple as masturbating. For me, it's watching fresh lolcows on the internet. See, there's a channel out there called Mr. Medicare, and there's a lot of channels like that. Okay, people that catalog, archive rather, elements of YouTube cringe, and I sort of watch it. And for me, it's a beautiful thing because I can always see stuff where maybe that's not something anybody should do on the internet, and aspects of human society that weird the fuck out of me because I actually see it happen, play out in front of me. For me, it's kind of like a new age creepypasta, right? Those ones were fake. These ones are fucking real, okay? When the people we are talking about are real today. And I wanted to discuss this because it's just something that weirds me out watching it in the first place, and for at least one of them, we all have some history, I think. We all do, actually, I think, except Imaru, because we actually talked to one of these lolcows at one point in our careers, but let's continue
not
on.
That day, and I regret every day not being that day. But the thing is that at least, unlike the creepypastas, these stories, these real life creepy stories, actually transcend the creepypastas because these things have been going on for years and years before they were even popular. I think Chris Chan's popularity was, like what?
Chris Chan was the original brony, the original Let's Player, the original, I guess, fuckboy on the internet. You get this. We all know this. That motherfucker knew. But so for me, guys, okay, we all watch YouTube content creators. I would say that we all have our favorite content creators, right? Each and every one of us. That might be different from right? We all have our own favorites, sort of to speak.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to see what's sort of the commonality for these content creators. We're going to sort of put an element that we like out of certain content creators in. So let's name who we watch and why we like them, and we'll all do that and we'll find the commonality. So let's get this started. Let's start with Ace. I'm putting you on the spot here, buddy. Go for it.
Oh God, we're going. Well, in that case, whenever I'm actually on YouTube, the most kind of people that I watch are people that come up with. It was more recent, actually. I watched a video from Red Sword. He did this video about like the beauty. Are we talking about lolcows? Or are we just talking about?
No. We're talking about a content creator that we like and why we like them. Why we like their channel.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll go with my more favorite one. King K. He does like retrospectives of games that I've played before. He did like entire playthroughs of not the playthroughs themselves, but he did a look back on some of the things that he liked about the game, some of the things that failed about the game. And me personally, a lot of the content I've been watching lately is looking at the design of video games and or movies and how it all ties into a better experience. Because I dig that kind of stuff. You know, more recently been looking into game design and how a story flows and how it all culminates
shit.
into the finished product. So,
Oh, you hear that, guys? He's looking into
Oh,
what
nice.
what we might be. Oh, don't want to
Oh,
put
there
any
you go.
spoilers. I like it. We'll discuss more later. But
but,
okay, so
that's the kind of stuff I've been watching.
all right, so
And I
higher
like it 'cause,
quality.
you know, in-depth looks are really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I have
Finding
my
out how
favorite.
something works and why it works is interesting.
Yeah, makes you actually want to take a deeper look at it, see how it works.
Exactly.
Yep.
I've seen a couple of his videos now that I pulled up a channel here. Actually, yeah, I've seen some of his Metroid stuff. Pretty decent. So Kyle, what about you?
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, for like 3 years now, the only channel that I have consistently watched day in and day out. You fucking
God
no,
damn you!
it's Demolition Ranch.
Which one? Demolition Ranch?
Yep, I like watching me some big fucking guns tearing through a variety of things.
That is
And on
so
top of
American
that-
of you.
Okay, all right.
On
Yeah,
top
if you
of that,
audience, if you
the,
couldn't tell, Kyle is from the United States of America. But go on.
Yes, I love my guns. He's from Texas. He has many guns. But yeah, I essentially just like that. And on top of that, the guy's actually pretty cool. He's actually a veterinarian, and he has another channel called Vet Ranch, which I watch. But essentially, that the vet that he owns is I don't believe it's he doesn't make profit off of it, I guess. All of it is basically donation based. So he does a lot of work helping out animals, basically.
Okay, all right, fair enough. It's good. And Amari, what about you?
Since I think 2008 until now, and probably the future, my favorite one still it's APGN, James Rolfe.
Oh, classic.
It's incredible how since 2004 he's developing and improving in the way he makes videos, and just every single topic when it comes to those games, the shitty games, where he calls it. Even crazy that to think that even 2018, more than 15 years after he started, well, actually 14 years, he's still putting up quality content. And I like to see also how he opens up to other things. I like when we talk about movies. I like when we talk about silly stuff, like what happened to a wall from a movie set from the 60s. It's just interesting to hear him talk. That's my thing. I love the way this guy expresses and shares his knowledge, because he has such an encyclopedia of knowledge, of random knowledge, that I can identify it because I'm kind of the same.
Yeah, you watch his videos, you say, "Fuck, this guy knows." Like he'll have tangents where he breaks out and talks about the thing that you don't expect in a video game. I got you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also random shit. I mean, there's other people I like Critical, Jontron, maybe those guys, but the consistency of James Rolfe is I don't know, it's unmatched for me. I love the guy.
So I got one that's sort of, I guess, obscure out there. Not really obscure at all, but just something that's sort of out there, covering like the 90s and like old computers. I don't know how many of you guys heard of like Lazy Game Reviews or LGR.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen them.
This is a guy that I don't actively watch people. I mean, I watch him in like chunks of my life. But whenever I'm feeling like whenever I have free time, I watch LGR because I like his videos. Very professionally done. Covers a lot of shit that I never really expected to pop up in life. I mean, he covers stuff like the Gizmondo that I've only ever heard of, but I finally got to see it actually in action. It's really in-depth stuff that covers the entertainment that I really enjoy, like old computers, old video games, all that kind of nonsense. Sometimes new stuff, primarily when it just works. All of it melts together. It's very homey, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you told me about it. I remember.
Yeah. So for me, the reason why I asked this question is to find commonality with the types of people that we watch. And for that, I think I feel that the four people that we're watching in common are humble, likable individuals, right? These
For
are
the
for
heart.
people that I think don't look at the internet sort of as a source. They don't look at things as pure gain, I would say, right? I mean, I'm not here to sit down and say that, anybody that's on the internet making content or whatever isn't there about the money and the statistics of where they're at. Obviously, that's a focal point to an extent for every single person involved. You can't be doing this professionally or even non-professionally and not look at the metrics and the day by day, right? That's never to be ignored. But then there are the people that really consume that stuff. They get consumed by it and then they become unlikable because of it. And they're people that have just basically developed an ego to the point where it's not worth saving at this point. And
I can remember the patient zero of this entire YouTube ego thing, Game Life. How many of you
Game Life,
remember
dude.
Game Life?
Oh yeah, the
Game
three
Life?
fucking
Game
people.
Life?
Three dudes who did reviews, awful reviews, like absolutely. When we laugh at people recording on the screen, when it was like that, it was kind of like home movie videos. I don't know, but for the 2006 crowd, those guys were hugely popular. They had deals with. They wanted to get deals with Screw Attack. Screw Attack was actively seeking them, but those basically told them to go fuck themselves because Screw Attack wasn't as popular as them. They had a contract with MTV to get a TV show and everything. Everything they were going like crazy, but the ego got to them so hard that they just straight up destroyed every single career opportunity that they had. Now you can't even find someone who knows about Game Life. Those
Yeah,
guys
a
are
lot of those people
down.
have been gone. Some of the people that got fucked over by them, at least somewhat popular. I think one of them went into like the fighting game community and is like a commentator last time I checked. But yeah, Game Life is sort of the progenitor to it. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And lately, one of the lolcows that I was following primarily is Darkside Phil. I actually talked to Darkside Phil at one point in my life. Me, Kyle, and I think it wasn't Ace, sorry. It was when we still had Stod actually as a friend.
Yep.
And
Oof.
us three sat
Damn.
inside there. DSP will always have my respect for calling out a special someone on their obvious bullshit, dating game nonsense. That's a totally different story at the time. But DSP was an individual that at the time was okay to talk to, I would say. Like, I didn't find anything super off about it. I mean, at the time, I didn't find it super, like, weird. But the thing with it is, looking at him now, especially after years and years have passed, I have seen something that is kind of depressing, but at the same time, kind of asinine. Because what basically DSP is doing right now is basically for the past year, he's sort of been doing this taxes nonsense that's been kicking in. Kyle, you're kind of breathing into the mic, pull back. But he's been doing this like taxes nonsense or whatever. A lot of these monetary nonsense. Basically, a lot of his streams have ended up becoming paid, not paid in the sense that he's not requiring it, but money sort of become the focal point, and it's just gotten really like iffy, I guess, to a majority of the people watching. And he's developed such a hate armada around him. Like, there's just this toxic cloud of hate that has emerged. And don't get me wrong, some of the shit that people do to him, like stalk him to the no ends, is kind of weird. I'm not defending or agreeing with anybody in this situation. I'm just a fucking third person observer. But this is an individual to me that I see always trying to assimilate with the streaming internet video culture, but he never fucking gets there because he always alienates the people that watch him. And that creates a negative person that ultimately makes every single other person in that same category, me, you, Ace, everyone, look like absolute,
I'm just impressed. I'm just impressed that he's still going after being like that, because remember what happened to Wings of Redemption? That guy's gone.
Yeah,
And
Wings,
he displayed the same kind of toxicity on his streams. He was like getting angry at people, getting angry at himself, screaming, breaking shit, telling people that he needed money, telling people that they were shit because they made him play a game that he didn't want him. And what happened? He's gone now. He fucking disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking being toxic to the people that watch you. I don't understand how these people like wake up the day and wonder, yeah, I'm gonna increase the metrics that I'm trying to achieve if I become
Just
toxic to the people that watch, right?
Just how you say toxic to the people that watch just reminds me of a quote. Don't tell me how to play.
Fucking spoony, dude. God damn. But yeah, so basically for what I'm trying to say, guys, is DSP I brought up not just as the only example, but as sort of an example of how not to do YouTube or Twitch or Instagram or whatever fucking social network you call on, because for me, my entire lifetime on this platform has always been about, being the person that I am, being myself, and being a good fucking human being. To me, if you want to be popular on this platform, I think you just have to be a hard worker. And yeah, there's an element of luck for sure. Don't get me wrong. Fuck yeah, there is, especially considering some of the analytics nowadays. But C, it's being a decent fucking human being, which is a lot of these content creators who are currently screaming that the YouTube is against them, because that's sort of DSP's thing lately, saying that YouTube is against him. All the YouTube ones. He basically just recently had like his AdSense shut down for some reason. Because he made like a video a long time ago saying like, please click on the ads. They give him money, which is blatantly against AdSense like rules, right? You can't do that. And now he's like changing the fucking rhetoric that he didn't say that, but the evidence is clearly out there. I don't know what the fuck. But yeah, there's a crazy amount. Like there's even been elements where basically what has happened is like some people will come into the chat, they'll give him criticism, right? It's like, stop being toxic, or, maybe play a game that you like or something like that, or whatever. Somebody could come in and maybe twist his nipple, right? Let me tell you about YouTube. When you're streaming, especially live streaming, there's always going to be that one dude in the chat that likes to twist your nipples. Any streamer that is a fucking quarter professional will never have his nipples twisted. You just fucking ignore that guy. Simple as that. That's all it comes down to. Especially when the fucking Nazi SS patrol his chat like crazy, where nothing negative gets said. I just don't understand how anybody like that can think, that they're going to succeed the fucking next day or be deserving of anything that they currently have. People are just not grateful in this situation at all, even of the things that they have. These guys could make thousands upon thousands of dollars a month, which they do, but they'll still complain because they're fucking lazy people. They don't like to advance or change with the times. And frankly, they're toxic to the people that watch them. So I just wanted to really vent like that real quick. God damn it.
No, it's straight up. It is how it is. You can't expect the people to watch you. You can't expect to. I can't find the word for it, but you can't expect them to just be there all the time to give you money. You can't have them. You can't take them for granted. It's as simple as that.
It's not just that. They're also in it for like the wrong reasons. For me, like when you're playing a video game on stream or when you're doing YouTube, I think a lot of the good content comes out from how much you enjoy that content in particular, right? Like for me, I like, for example, I will like playing a single player, I don't know, RTS game. I like RTSs. If I sat and streamed an RTS or recorded a video on an RTS, I could have a good time showing people, the really cunty strategies of fucking winning strategy games, or have a good time playing through a single player, right? If you gave me if you gave me Fortnite, a game that I just don't give a shit about. In fact, I don't give a shit about many battle royale games. For me, whenever I'm streaming those, I usually have you guys, so it's always us bouncing off each other, playing the game. And to me, it's always kind of an afterthought. But if I'm playing a game that I don't enjoy, the content just doesn't come across. And in my experience, both scientifically on YouTube with how some videos have performed, and in my personal experience, making the content you enjoy often does better amongst the people that watch it because your positivity really comes out through in the final product.
Only that as well, but also when you play games with people, like I remember when we did Minecraft Seed Survival, like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I've never played Minecraft before. I never cared for it, but it was fun playing with someone else. It was fun playing with like what were we, like 6 guys?
We were nomadic fucking like individuals running around trying to summon Satan. I remember it all. I got it.
Burning Squidward villages and shit. Yeah, stuff like that. But
the lava.
And also for example, the things that I did with the videos, because I'm trying to restructure my channel now. I don't know what I wanted to do, but what I did basically was play games that I wanted. You'll never see me play Fortnite shit, mostly because I don't care. I don't like them. And also because I can't record them correctly because my computer is kind of shit now. But I play what I want. Enjoy old games. I'm a retro gamer. I play old shit that I liked. No, I'm not trying to like code to a
I mean, you're really putting your privilege in the spotlight right now. Is what I'm trying to say. You should probably check that. So Jordan actually has been redoing videos. So you speak up, buddy. What do you think? Well, what do you think about the DSPs? Now you heard a little bit about the modern day up to speed version.
What do I think of it?
Yeah, like what would you do as sort of like a chant, like making your video? How do you think you should really come across? And again, what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, again, I don't know too much about DSP as himself. I know that you spoke to him just now about how he's been recently. And frankly, getting to the point where DSP has been, and to the point where he is now, because the only thing other than what I mentioned earlier is that he kind of ran the popularity of his masturbating meme into the ground because he was so willingly able to keep pushing it out there, or what have you. And accepting a meme that was created from yourself is all fine and dandy, but using it over to the point where it becomes oversaturated and you start losing the popularity because of you're riding off of that is another thing. But I guess from what you were saying earlier, how he is still in this state of semi-popularity or full popularity, I'm not entirely sure, as being compared to everyone else.
He's relatively he's negatively known as sort of the thing, right? Like there's a whole lot of there's an anti-community. It's not the popularity you would want is what we're trying to get at.
Right.
It is a group of trolls.
Yeah. And at that point he should understand. I feel if I were in his position, it's something that I probably did to myself, because inviting people in to make fun of you is something that he chose to do. And if he can't handle himself around those kind of people, where you said to the point where he just kind of loses his ability to do it correctly while in front of an audience, in front of the people that still watch him, not just for that, then I don't know. If he's not, again, I think this is just mostly just me saying that he needs to be capable of doing it. And if I were him, I would personally think that if I weren't able to do it, if I can't, not blow up at people that want to make fun of me for the things that I made fun of myself hardcore, then what's the point?
Well, see, there's a little bit more to it than that, and that's sort of the topic that I kept in here, was that people like him, Chris Chan, Spoonie, a lot of those individual Wings of Redemption, like Amario tossed in. The reality that we wanted to sort of cover is that, there was obviously an aspect of, them opening themselves up to being made fun of, for sure. I mean, I think all of us do that to an extent by making videos on the internet, streaming, right? We all accept somebody to say.
I mean, to be fair, all of us, nobody is the perfect creator. Nobody is the perfect human being where trolls aren't going to latch onto your channel in some way and target you. The best you can do is build a better community around those trolls.
Yeah, and I think that's very well. That's pretty much how every content creator does it, right? Like I've got my trolls, but at the same time, I've got 10 to 20 times more people out of that just outright it, and then you don't even see the fucking trolls. I get that argument, and that's what you have to aim for sure. But
it's accepting the community that you have been given, and accepting the community that enjoys you for being you.
Yes.
No matter what, you're always going to have a troll or two. It's just the nature of human beings to have that element to it, especially when you give them a blanket like the internet that you can't really see through. Now, moving on further, why this was a real big thing for me is the aspect of really lying to your viewer base about these kind of things. So for me, it's not just what Chris Chan, DSP Spoonie, Wings, a lot of these channels have sort of done, is how much of it that they've sort of embellished. Because I can't say outright lie. There's no proof I can ever say that DSP or any of these people lied. At the end of the day, they could genuinely be having problems, which by all means, I hope they get that shit sorted. I understand what it can be like to have problems. And in that way, I wouldn't wish that on my enemies. So I would hope the best, but at the same time, there's like this aura of mysticism from your community that you sort of hide or embellish to take advantage of, that I personally see and a lot of people see themselves, that gets you in constant trouble with Twitch or YouTube, because there's been plenty of times that these people's channels have been banned by Twitch. And being on Twitch and YouTube, the thing that aggravates me is the misinformation that they feed to a lot of people in the a lot of people that are in the what do I want to say? Like a lot of people that are in the modern I'm trying. God damn it! I'm totally lost. Somebody sent me a message on my phone and I totally lost it. But
the modern trends.
words, Muda, use it. But there's an element that, like, when you're a content creator, you know that somebody's bullshitting, right? From the thing they're telling the people nowadays, because maybe people don't know a thing about YouTube or Twitch, right? But I would know it because I know exactly how the systems work internally. So when you get suspended on Twitch or YouTube, suspension's a big thing for any channel. A suspension strike, it means that there is a chance that the system fucked up. That's true. And it's happened with me recently, I get that. But when you get suspended off Twitch for obvious things like, soliciting tips for such a solution or whatever, that alone, is pretty legitimate. You know what I mean? When you get suspended for something negative, it's legitimate. I've been suspended one time on YouTube for something my fault. I have streamed pornography by mistake. It is bad. All right, you will get suspended. Yep. So for a lot of people that are sort of putting it into a lot of these viewers' minds that the system is against them, all that kind of stuff, basically creating a safe space to avoid criticism, to basically make a shitty personality seem somewhat likable or be the underdog is just downright offensive to me. I don't know. In my opinion, this is just off, is what I'm saying, right?
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, that it just doesn't come across to me as right. First of all, it's totally deceptive. It's downright disgusting, and to see that happen is what made me want to make this the topic for today's discussion, because I hate it, especially in the YouTube and Twitch culture nowadays, where, don't get me wrong, clickbaiting is a necessary evil that we all have to do to an extent. I think nobody here can deny that, can we?
No,
No.
As to be a truly successful channel, no. You need to do clickbait.
Okay, when I say clickbait,
not to be malicious with it, but
when I say
to at
clickbait,
least say what you're gonna say.
When I say clickbait, I mean clickbait in the sense that you have to make yourself obviously look attractive, right? We all can agree on that, to make yourself set apart, right? We can agree on that.
I know that, yeah.
Then there's maliciously clickbaiting. Like, obviously lying about the Fortnite shit that you see on, like, Allier or anybody else, right? The stuff, I found new weapon, got fucking molested by a pinata in Fortnite. That kind of stuff. It's malicious. It's obviously, like, when we joke about clickbait, it's that clickbait that we're joking about, right? It's that malicious, it's that malicious toxicity that we're talking about. And that, I think, that the misleading of your viewer base, the constant lying about, even the milking of monetary gains, the sympathy begging, I guess you could say, amongst people is just downright depraved and disgusting. And it's why I always say that there's some people that just should never be popular at all. They cannot handle it. They lose sight of what really is the proper thing, because in this industry, the thing that sets us apart as compared to the TV industry, which is pretty much what we're neck and neck with, is the individuality and sort of how we're more connected with our viewer base. When we live stream, that's the user talking directly with the viewer most of the time. Yeah, sometimes there's still another gap in between, I'm pretty sure you can't go into the fucking Dota esports finals and everything you say on the chat will be shown to the fucking, viewers, but that's a case-by-case scenario. When that is involved, you have to be the best person. You have to put your best face forward day by day. And you have to not only do that, but you have to be legitimate and human about that as every day progresses. You can't even putting a fake face on isn't going to get you far enough in this if you constantly do that, or if you start off doing that, in my opinion.
You can't be a robot about it. You have to do something that you enjoy, because people feel that. And you don't want to believe it, but people feel that shit. When you do something that you don't like, you're going to do a shit job, and everyone's going to notice. When you do something that you do like, you enjoy. I get this a lot when I have to draw stuff that I don't like versus stuff that I do enjoy. It shows. It legit shows, and that goes for everything, not just drawing or videos.
Yeah, exactly. That goes for making videos. I think Ace is kind of the person.
That goes for everything. That goes from everything from your hobbies to your job to just your life in general. If you don't like something that you're doing, you aren't going to be as into it as you would otherwise be. You're not going to put your best foot forward.
Are we mathematically proving everyone on the internet is a good-natured person by heart? What the fuck?
No.
Everyone deserves first judgment.
No. But in general, this wasn't even like really just about DSP Wings or Chris in particular. It's about that kind of a person that's on YouTube and the misleading you're bringing to the viewer base nowadays. It just needs to sort of chill out, people, I think, personally speaking. From my perspective, at least. What do you guys think?
I think think we need to put in more red circles and large thumbnails.
Motherfucker, why don't you start putting them into your thumbnails? Put a red circle over fucking. What are you
I mean, he
uploading
already has
nowadays?
picture of us. He already has picture of him with like big eyes and stuff. So.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna?
that's
Are you gonna
true.
upload your next God of War episode? Put a red circle on a trace. You won't believe what this boy did. Number 8 will shock you.
Don't make him snap his fingers.
Oh my god.
No, because that reminds me of we all know about Chris Chan. We all know about this boy, the most documented people in
Yeah, we know about the internet.
probably
lolcows,
history.
yeah.
We know about everything. Yeah, been around for a while. His internet presence far longer maybe than AVGN or anyone. Right now, he's not. He does not feel so good. He's
He
not doing so
doesn't
good right
feel
now.
so good right
He
now.
doesn't want to go.
Yeah, so we
It's
just all.
straight up. That's a sad part because he's straight up resorting to asking people for money online. Like not even subtle, straight up asking, making videos, telling
Actually,
people to give him
no.
money.
He's demanding. Okay,
What,
let's get
Chris
this clear
Chan?
right now.
Oh
He
yeah,
is
Chris's.
demanding.
I've seen plenty of times his grandma gets onto the video. I mean, not grandma, his mother. But yeah, she gets on the video. His mother has like this fucking deer in headlight stare. Give
Oh,
us
yeah.
money for the mortgage. We need your help. It's fucking scary. It's like I'm watching a fucking like.
Well, she has to live with him. What you expect?
Kill it. God damn you! Stop! I'm getting these
It's
photos in my
pretty
head that I don't want to
traumatizing.
see. Yeah, it's traumatizing to even think about it. Fuck, haven't actually seen it. Would fucking send you into a mad spiral.
I mean, now we can
Mark,
get a
didn't we-
clear. Now we can get a clear picture of everything is persona because we have people making a lot of content. We have the documentary by Sachumo. We got the Gino Samuel series, which is incredibly detailed. It's insane the amount of detail the life of this
Oh,
one
yeah.
person. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, Maru,
crazy.
didn't we see a video of Chris Chan with pasties on?
God, stop! God, you're telling me that DSP cucked a guy, and then I gotta get this out of my head? Fuck you! Fuck everything
Yeah, dude.
about
no,
you.
no. Anyways, Chris Chan
Restructure.
pasties.
Stop! I didn't want to fucking. If I didn't like, what made you think I wanted to transition to his pasties, Kyle? Fuck
And we
what?
saw the fires of hell. You're gonna see them too.
Why
Yeah, me
would
and
you
Maru
see
had to
them?
sit
in
there
Mario?
and watch it.
Wait, you guys saw pasties? Hold on. Link me this. Link me real quick. I want to see this.
Why would you want to be linked?
Just
that?
fucking link me to his pasties.
The
I
six,
don't remember.
Just
Is
fucking link me.
The 6 Infinity pasties.
that what I have a
Link me to
bookmark? I don't know
the
the video. Let me fucking.
What is it? Okay, god damn it.
We watch it in a cringe comp. You know the thing that we.
You
do
saw
when
it in
we
a
see the
cringe
fucking-
comp with him
it's in a
pasties
cringe
on?
comp.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. Okay.
I'm sure we could find it before the
No,
end of
no,
the
that's
night.
fine. That's fine. I really wanted to see this, but you guys are just clearly watching out for my sanity. I love you guys. Thank you. Anyway,
Oh.
Yeah.
so
I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna find this shit so hard now.
okay, fine. All right.
Oh my
All
god, found it.
No, I'm not watching it. It
Oh.
took you too long.
Nah,
You're
dude, you
fun
gotta
anyway.
watch it.
Oh my god, just fucking show it to me. Jesus Christ.
It's actually another one for the one that we watched, Kyle, but still.
He wore
It
pasties twice? You're all so fucking lucky. Actually, the video might have. I'm not gonna show it on the video, okay? I don't want this to get fucking.
Get like a still.
No, God, no. I'm just gonna. It's so nasty.
People need reference. Unleash
they
this
do.
monster into the.
All right. So before we kind of end it off, I think we had a fucking fair discussion. Nothing more we need to really add to this, right? I think we let out our hearts. What do you guys think?
Be a decent human being.
You know,
Be a decent human
be,
being.
Be decent human being. Accept the community that grows grows from your content. The people that enjoy your stuff. You know,
and
The
do
people
what you
that-
enjoy.
yeah,
Basically.
and keep doing what you enjoy. Because if you do stuff that you enjoy, and then the people that come up to make the community that like the stuff that you enjoy, it's gonna be a lot more fun. It's gonna be a lot more easy. You're gonna have something that you enjoy wholeheartedly. You know,
Mhm.
and
You're gonna
not
have
just
something you want to be part of rather than something you have to be part of.
exactly.
Same thing.
That was so woke, boys. I can't. That was so woke. of
Dude,
you
I got
guys.
the Infinity Gauntlet on my dick.
Oh no!
Oh no, God.
Right, for any
Dick can't
any
snap.
kind of context, we watched Infinity War all together last night. That's why we're kind of on the references.
Yeah, we are. But yeah, before we end this, what you guys been playing recently? They all know we watched the Marvel movies now.
Yeah, we watched the
Yeah.
Marvel movies. I'm currently about to be playing some more God of War because that
Oh,
shit's
shit.
great as fuck.
You've been getting pretty far. Okay. All right, how many hours do you think you're into it now?
He's pretty well.
4.
What's
No. Sorry, I wanted to record another hour, but I only got 2 in so far, so like 3.
You've
It's a
been
pretty
falling
solid
gaming
game.
addiction.
That is a pretty. Yeah, you're close to a gaming addiction, dude. We might need to step in. Amaro, what
Dude,
about you?
oh no! Hang on, I'm submitting myself. BRB.
Just on the off, I'm playing a little Chrono Trigger, and want to get back to doing some trying to art live and trying to art in general because I'm trying to restructure what I do with the channel. I don't want it solely to be about Let's Play anymore because it was just like just do whatever I want. But now I want to do, I don't know, maybe reviews, old media stuff. I don't know, actually. I need to take a long walk on the beach to see what I want to do.
Okay, we got you.
I'm back from the hospital. I need to go to the beach with you.
All right,
Thank you.
Kyle, what about you?
What do I?
No, actually, I'll answer this for you. He's going to be playing Resident Evil 2 and actually finish it.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'll do it eventually.
Eventually. Okay. I'm
It'll
playing
be
Final
done before the
Fantasy
end of the
15 again, boys. It's going to be a great time to cry once again when I get to the end.
Realistically, though, right now I'm in a huge.
He's in a huge, but what are you in
I
a huge
I
one?
really need to fucking sate my addiction to that right now.
What addiction? What addiction do you have?
Fucking Persona 5. I'm
Dude.
head over heels on it again.
Okay, right. Another game he's not going to finish, audience. Anyways,
Suck my Infinity Gauntlet.
I will
dick.
fucking suck your dick so fucking hard, you sweet little lumberjack. Anyways, audience, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Follow my gay sex partner Kyle. Follow my even gayer sex partner Imaru, and follow my
Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna find me other Kyle, by the way. It's Extreme Elixir.
All links will be in the description below. And follow the gayest of the gayest boys, Jordan. Asterisk, we're not incredibly gay, so don't accuse us for cultural appropriation.
Wow, man. I actually take offense to that because you refer to them as their real name and you call me Imaru.
Oh.
I'm from Wakanda.
Okay, fine. All right. His name is Adrian Marcelo Novicles. That being said, guys.
He lives on this street, and his address.
Yeah, he lives in 5th Cartel Avenue, Mexico, Buenos Aires. Thank you very much. We are all out.
Fuck you.